Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. This is Brother Amir and Brother Phil from Wake Up. It's July 17th, 2024, and it's another episode of just everyday talk. Brother Phil, we've been gone for 2 weeks, and a lot of things has happened in the last 2 weeks. I've done a couple different events. We've seen the different activities that's happened on TV that's been nationally televised, and it's just amazing of how quickly things are changing right in front of our faces, and so many of us are not truly paying attention. One thing that's very important is, Project 2025. That Project 2025 has been out for a while. It's not, something new just because they say in 2025, and they have slowly tried to implement different pieces of 2025 in the last several administrations, not just the new administration, whoever that may be, come this November. You know, um, and it's just frightening when I've done events, just general conversation, not speaking about health, just thinking about, are you aware of what's happening with 2025 project and African Americans, Latinos, Asians, Indians, Caucasians that I've spoken to in the last several events, they've never even heard of it. You know, um, so what do we need to do? How can we get it out to more and more people? Bring it to their attention. Just to read, because it's 900 and I think it's 972 pages, and a lot of times what they've done in the past is that they've taken bits and pieces of this bill that they want to inject and taken bits and pieces and put it in new law that these lawmakers sign off on, but they've never read the whole and actual law that they've actually agreed to. And now once it's approved, now they're starting to implement it in different parts of the country. Taking apart away your parts of our civil liberties each and every time something new is incorporated, and literally they want to take us back to the 50s.
They do. And let me say this: when you said what can we do, one of the things that we all have to do, better start using these smartphones, these computers. The group that put together that document, you know, Project 2025 is called the Heritage Foundation.
Right.
So if you Google the Heritage Foundation, go to their website. That document, how many pages was it again?
I think it was 972 that I looked at.
However many pages are on there, if you go on the Heritage Foundation, you can read it for yourself. And as Brother Amir stated, and just, for us, general conversation, which, our whole thing here, wake up. As you can hear, the background music that we use as our theme, you got to pay attention to what's going on. And you have to do your due diligence. But I would say for that Project 2025, please, read it. Read it with your family. Understand what's at stake. It's more at stake than meets the eye between Donald Trump and Joe Biden. The reality is, as Brother Mayor stated, this legislation that they want to push through, with Trump being at the head, is going to turn the clock back on our civil liberties. We as black folks, it's going to affect us more than anybody. You really have to get on the computer, the Heritage Foundation, Project 2025, do yourself a favor and read about it.
Absolutely, absolutely. And for those that don't take reading seriously, you can download it. There's a variety of different ways in which you can look at this information that's available, and it's free. It doesn't cost you anything. But for me and what I see, the ones that are going to be affected the most are the ones that are totally in the dark. They're just moving as though business as usual. Nothing's changing. I get up, I go to work, I make my money. Whatever I do during the course of the week, the month, the year, I'm going to continue to keep down that same path. And that path is changing drastically. I'll give you another example. I just found out last week that 63 financial institutions are going to collapse this year. Small, medium-sized banks that are going under. Japan one of their largest financial institutions just closed down last Thursday. They had a video of the residents at the banks, trying to get their money, and there's no more money available. And this large institution over in Japan buys American debt, right? So it's just Yeldon just 2 days ago, which is head of the Treasury
Department.
She just stated that the U.S. dollar is collapsing and that blockchain will be the new form of financial obligation for everyone, whether you want it or not, and that we're trying to catch up to BRICS, which is headed by China and Russia. They've already started creating cryptocurrency, their own digital coin. China has. We're behind the 8 ball. So those who are going to continue to think that we're going to go to the bank, go to the ATM machine, and make a deposit, make a withdrawal, that is coming to an end quicker than you know. Right now, if you have a credit card, a debit card, they have like a half moon on it. You can literally tap on any device, no signature, no punching in any numbers, and it automatically deducts what you have in that account. But with the blockchain, and what it does is it's going to be capturing every transaction, all your personal data. Whereas now, when you have a checking, saving account, money market, however you have your finances set up in the bank, you have some sense of privacy.
Right.
On blockchain, there won't be no privacy. And they'll be able to stop any types of payments or transactions that they choose to do based on, you could be past due on child support. You could have violations. You could have a variety of different things that don't affect you currently. This will affect you on how your money is moved throughout these blockchains. And this is happening as we speak. One of the cryptocurrency coins, XRP, is already signed up with all the top financial institutions where all the data and all the transactions will move through. It's just no different than Visa, MasterCard, American Express, Discovery, and your debit cards. Ladies and gentlemen, please do your due diligence on blockchain. Okay, the movement of money 2025, on how finances will change drastically through the blockchain and cryptocurrency.
So let me ask you this. So, like I said, my understanding of cryptocurrency, digital currency, these the biggest ones, Bitcoin, I think Ethereum, I know of XRP, and Solano. I think those are the names that I hear most frequently. I know there's others, but in Japan, if I'm not mistaken, they have already adopted cryptocurrency.
They have.
Right? So have they gone 100% crypto?
Not yet.
Or they're still working on, I guess, the Japanese money is called the yen, I believe. So they're still using the yen, but they're fading it out.
Fading it out.
So when the cryptocurrency is implemented here in the U.S., because that's what they're talking about now, they use your social credit. No longer a credit score the way that we're currently doing it.
Exactly.
Now, as you stated, if you've got financial troubles, challenges, owing people back payments, so on and so forth, through this new way, they're going to be able to just tap into your finances,
your digital wallet.
So owing somebody the old school way, you want to delay paying someone, you can't do that anymore.
You won't be able to do that.
Wow, I didn't know that.
One of the Central American countries, I'm not for sure if it's Ecuador or El Salvador, they already use 100% Bitcoin. The president is a young president, and he invested heavily in Bitcoin less than 5 years ago. Now the whole country is on blockchain.
I got to look at that. So you're saying that's Ecuador?
I think it is Ecuador.
It's a Latin.
It's one of the Latin countries that is already utilizing across the board for all citizens Bitcoin.
How's it? Do you have any information that you can share on that? Like, how's it faring?
I haven't done my full due diligence. I've just caught in captures of things. But I do know this, that the country is not in debt. The country that is utilizing Bitcoin is not in debt at this particular time. Our next episode, I'll make sure that I have more information on the country and how that's working throughout. But more and more countries will be speeding up their process. I'll give you another example. The United States normally signs a 50-year treaty with Saudi Arabia for their oil that we purchase.
Right.
The new president, which is a young guy, he just stated last week that he would not sign this new 50-year treaty going forward. The only way they will utilize funds from America or any outside country for their oil, it will be in digital or in their currency.
Wow. Okay. So that means, like you said, once again, the American dollar
It's crumbling.
Phased out. Right.
It's crumbling as we speak.
Yeah.
And like I said, Yeldon, which is the head of Treasury, she just made a statement in the Wall Street Journal last week that the U.S. dollar is crumbling sooner than we know.
And Janet Yellen, for those that don't know, she's the Secretary of the Treasury for the United States. So with her making that statement, then obviously this is valid. It's just not some hearsay.
And the sad part about it, with us that are not in the know, because there's less than 2% of the global population that's invested in crypto, you know, that's going to be harder for you to get into crypto, because what is happening now, 10 years ago, when the financial institutions were putting up, no, I don't want to be bothered, that's not going to have a life, you know, this is something that's going to come and fade away. Now, it's no longer individuals like you and I, you know, sharing information on how to buy crypto, set up your wallet and things of that nature. All the financial institutions and Fortune 500 companies are now heavily invested. Every Fortune 500 bank has a crypto platform. So they will now, in the next year or two, they're going to cut it off where we will be able to buy crypto individually, where you're going to have to go in. Like when you say, for instance, you have a stockbroker, okay, but you don't have an account set up online. You have to go to that stockbroker. That stockbroker gives you basically recommendations on what stocks, you know, mutual funds to buy, to set up your portfolio. That's going the same thing is going to happen with crypto.
So there you hear it, ladies and gentlemen. We need the Project 2025 Heritage Foundation. Look it up for yourself, and understand that America's economy has changed. The global economy has changed. So cryptocurrency, blockchain technology, whether we like it or not, it's here.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you.